know what it's like to play now.
I thought it was hard to maintain concentration. I think, everybody talks about the physical part, but I thought the mental part was, I think you get to about the third overtime and you're like, just staying engaged and understanding that every possession matters, because there's a part of you that's like, well, when's it going to end? You have this kind of internal clock in your head as a player and a coach, and so I credit our players for being as engaged as you could be mentally, because I felt like our communication and what we did defensively in the overtimes was very good, and I think that was a big part of why we were able to win the game.
I don't know if it's resolve or perseverance or what, but what did the team learn about itself when it can go 4 OTs?
I don't know. I think it was important because it was like you would think from the standpoint that there were a lot of peaks and valleys, and we started out down 11-0, and when you go on the road and you're down 11-0, that's not good. So just fighting back to be in a position where we led going into the fourth quarter and had a chance to win it in regulation, and the disappointment of that, and but not letting that get to us in the overtimes. And then the third overtime, they scored with 1.9 to go up and to figure out a way to tie it and make the play that we did there to tie it says a lot. So, I think this group they're calm. They kind of believe in each other. I mean, it helps. Sydney's a fourth year guard who's now a point guard, and Audrey's been there before, and Jalen's learned quickly, and so it kind of starts there with those guys' ability to kind of be calm, and Audrey didn't want to lose in Des Moines. I can tell you that. I made that point to her a few times during huddles that we weren't going to lose in Des Moines. So.
How much has she grown? It seems like year after year she adds a new element to her game, or improves in some manner. What have you noticed?
Yeah, and just she's her. I think that one big thing that she's grown in is her assist to turnover rate. She had 6 assists that game. She had 6 assists in another game. Like, her ability to put it on the floor, create help, and kick it has been really good for a 4 player. And her first 2 years, her assist to turnover ratio was slightly worse than 1-to-1, and it's close to 2-to-1 this year. So she's made a big jump there, and just her ability to lead. We came,
I mean, I feel like her freshman year shot a lot of threes, made a lot of threes, but you knew that teams were going to take that away from her, and she just talked about trying, especially this offseason, trying to do different things, and I don't know, maybe add some new elements just as a scorer.
Yeah.
Maybe not necessarily left-handed finishes of the middle of the lane with no time remaining, but other things to get the ball.
Yeah. Well, we've talked a lot and we've worked a lot on like just 2-foot stops in the paint and then making plays. And so part of that is, I think, reflected in her assist numbers, but also just getting in the paint and being a little bit more calm and not leaving your feet. And, and I think like I said, I think Chevy and Linda have done a good job of really helping her develop there. And it's nice because you can work, a lot of the stuff that we work with Audrey on, we work with Jalen on. And those two are good kind of workout partners, because a lot of their games are similar enough that you can work on the same things, and they're both big enough and talented enough to learn from each other. And it's kind of one session instead of, let's have Jalen do her thing and Audrey do her thing. And so I think that's been a benefit to Audrey too.
We're hearing a lot about Blue State because of what's going on tomorrow, but you have a chance to finish off the second half of your in-state rivalry on Sunday. What does that, getting the rivalry games in the bag mean to this program year in, year out?
Well, I think, we decided, or I decided, because I schedule, that I thought it would be good to get UNO on or Omaha on our schedule. And, we're playing them home and home. Which
Are you allowed to call them Omaha?
I don't know.
You're not sure yet,
That's why I used them both, But I think it's good for the city. It's good for the state. It's good for, we don't have the easiest time getting games, so it's good that. But I think it'll help their program, and so I do think it's they've done a good job of being competitive. The Summit League's gotten better, and I think they've done a good job for as young as they are, for kind of being in the mix in that league. And so I think it's a good game. It's a good game for us, and it's a good game for them, and we intend to keep playing them home and home, and because I think the more we can do to grow basketball, we know it's a volleyball state. We gotta get a few more girls playing basketball, and the more that we can do, showcase the, 2 of the 3 Division I schools, I think the better off we all are.
What does the team learn about itself during a time like that?
That we can play a game for a long time. I don't know. I think we just came together really well at the end of the game and kind of just knew we had to make smart plays on the offensive end and just get stops on the defensive end. So I think we're just trusting each other and trusting ourselves.
What's going right for your game right now?
I think just trying to take what the defense gives me and just kind of slowing down on offense and, making the correct reads. And I think that's just the number one thing that Chev's been working with me on. So it's just slowing down, being patient on offense.
This time 2 years ago, you were people saw you as a 3-point machine rather than maybe necessarily the most complete player. Do you think your game's really progressed otherwise since then?
I mean, I've tried to progress it, trying to find other ways to score. And, people have been putting guards on me, so Chev just wants me to work on kind of exploiting that, and Drake played his own. So, obviously there were gaps. So just trying to find those gaps and find different ways to score.
Yeah, did you, was this sort of an off-season project how long have you tried to work on that?
I mean, yeah, we kind of talked about it more this summer, I think, just like watching film and, people just putting different matchups on me, I think was the number one thing that kind of sprung that on me. But
right.
Just knowing people are going to put guards on me and just having different matchups, yeah.
What do you know about UNO?
I mean, it's an in-state game, so obviously it's going to be really competitive. Just started their scout yesterday, so still working on it. It's going to be an intense game. We know they're on a 7-game winning streak, so we're playing at their place, so we're going to have to come ready to play.
Yeah, so are you receptive to the idea of being, I see you shoot threes all the time, and that's fun. Everyone likes to bury 3-pointers. And you put a lot of work in that part of your game, to maybe separate some extra time to do other things? Is that difficult?
I mean, yeah, it is difficult because you obviously want to keep doing good at the other stuff you're doing. But I mean, I think we do a good job of just working on all-around games. So I think that was my number one thing I wanted to work on this offseason, just becoming more of an all-around player.
How's the body feel after 4 overtimes?
Yeah, that was a lot. It was nice that Flame gave us 2 off days after that.
2 off days?
Yeah, it was really nice.
It's needed.
Yeah.
Do you ever add up the minutes? Of a 4 OT game and just be like, what?
I think we talked about after the game, we're like, that was a 3-hour game. I've never played in a 4 overtime game either. So that's crazy.
Yeah,
Just
3-hour
a lot of
game,
basketball.
that's probably exceeding the amount of time you guys go hard at practice. Maybe not.
Oh, no, we definitely don't go for 3 hours, so yeah, it was a lot.
But
I guess, what's overtime to overtime? Like, I mean, how many, let's go get these 5 minutes speeches can Flame give for, you probably think 1 overtime is probably going to decide it, and then you get 2. Oh my God, we're playing another one.
Yeah.
Okay, here's a 4th overtime. Like, did it feel like it was never going to end?
Well, I think it was just it was funny. We'd run off the court and the coaches would be laughing. They'd be like, all right, well, here's another one. And I think we just knew where we've gotten this far, we're into the 4th overtime, we can't lose. If we lost, it just, it'd be that much worse. So I think it was just in our mindset that we're going to win this.
What do you know about UNO?
They're a good team this year. We're watching some of their film, and yeah, we need to be locked in. They play zone, so I think we like zones, so I think that's good for us. But yeah, we definitely need to be locked in when we play them.
yeah, I think. Did Audrey mention that you played against the zone for 4 overtimes? Is that right? Or did they play a zone the whole time?
Yeah, they played a matchup zone.
Okay.
Yeah.
Are there carryover effects from that, or is it totally different? Or do you know that?
UNO's is more of just kind of a 2-3 zone.
Okay.
But I mean, they're kind of the same thing. They want us cutting through the lane. They want us to be looking at open shots.
Right.
So, yeah, it kind of carries over. So I guess it's a good thing we went to 4 overtimes.
Yeah, you got a lot of practice.
Yeah.
You're not going to leave Omaha for a month Has there been a stretch in your career where Flynn has let you guys stay in Omaha for a month without giving you some road game at UConn or something mixed in there or something like that?
Yeah, this might be a first. I'm not gonna lie, I'm okay with it though.
Yeah. Do you feel like it's a stretch that you guys need to take advantage of, especially considering, well, one, the rivalry game, and then South Dakota State and Florida State both have really good RPIs as far as
Yeah.
building your non-conference resume for Selection Sunday. Do you feel like this is a really important stretch before you? I mean, I think Villanova's your first non-conference game too, so it's almost a 3-game stretch of
Yeah.
really good chances to boost the resume.
I think, and this is like a good momentum going into conference play, having some really good wins underneath our belt. And like Flan said, it's not a blue state until we beat UNO. So I think we just need to get these 3 wins so then we can have a good momentum going into the other
Learn about
games.
itself when you guys have to play 4 overtimes.
We definitely learned that we can compete and that we don't give up. But yeah, we just need to stop making it so hard on ourselves, I think. But yeah, we just learn how to compete and how we can finish through those games.
Do you ever add up the minutes and just be like, what the heck?
No, not until there was a tweet saying that we were 1, 2, and 5, Audrey, Sid, and I, in the country in minutes per game. But yeah. Yeah.
What was your thought process going into the 4th overtime? I just watching it felt like this might never end.
Yeah.
Was it entering your mind as a player that this possibly might have to end in a tie before we all pass out?
No, I think at that point we were like, all right, everyone, this 5 minutes, we can do it. We just got to push through. We were all pretty tired, but we knew we could do it.
What happened? Oh, sorry.
Go ahead, man.
What happened coming out of halftime? I mean, I think maybe you took 3 shots in the first half and came out and popped your first 4 within like a 4-minute stretch. What clicked in your head?
The coaches just reminded me I need to keep shooting. That's probably been a big theme for me this year. So I had to listen to them and just keep shooting.
Yeah, when you look back, sorry, man. But when you look back on that game, maybe the first half, were there shots available that you were turning down, or like, is it really just a matter of in your head clicking, okay, I got to pull the trigger here?
Yeah, I think it is hard. There are some shots that I did pass up. There's also some that were not there.
Right.
And so it's hard to decipher sometimes, especially when I'm not like in the rhythm. And so I think I just had to like get myself like trigger in my mind. Yeah.
Okay.
What do you know about UNO?
They're pretty good. They have a really good point guard. She had a good game this last game. They're pretty good. I'm trying to think of who else. Walter, number 2, I think. And Killian, they've been all having really good games, and Ellie Breck has also been playing really well. So she's got to limit her threes for sure, and then she's got to rebound, box out all the essentials.